Guys, so today is going to be a little bit of a different video, a lot different. Some of you may know I've been a seller on eBay for quite a long time, like off and on. I don't have like a big shop or anything, but I've sold off and on throughout the past 10 to 15 years on eBay. And I remember very early on, some of you, if you're an eBay seller, you have sold on eBay, may remember when they changed the feedback system that no longer allowed sellers to leave negative feedback for buyers. That's kind of when the downward slope began. They've changed their policies quite frequently, and up until, I just learned this, October 1st of 2020, which was like 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, they changed their protection policy for sellers that pretty much no longer exists. And I've experienced this as of today, and I've decided I'm no longer going to be selling on eBay, especially with so many other platforms available like Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever. There are so many different types of platforms where you can sell goods. I mean, I'll probably still buy things off eBay, but like I even noticed like a lot of people aren't really selling on eBay nearly as much. Amazon, that's another avenue, you sell on Amazon. But I am just pissed. Yeah, so what happened was and this was completely on me, I sent an item like kind of late. I told the buyer that it was going to be a little bit delayed, and then all of a sudden, like right after that, they opened the case. And so they have changed those so rigorously now. So now you only have 4 days to pay for an item. I think it used to be like a week. So you have 4 days before an unpaid item case. I think in some cases maybe like only 2 days before they can open an unpaid case against you. And then for buyers opening item not received cases, they have a pretty short amount of time too. It used to be like a couple weeks. Now this person opened the case, it was like 2 weeks later. I mean, like I only sold the item about 2 weeks ago. They already opened and closed a case. So like they have a system where eBay automatically generates a projected shipping date. Not necessarily the fact that you will receive the item by that date, but that is an estimate based on your standard fulfillment time frame that you give eBay. They factor that in there and they give an estimated date. Well, what this tells the buyer is that, oh, I'm going to receive it by the 15th. But it's like, what you don't realize is that these are independent sellers, sort of like on Amazon, where Amazon, independent sellers, you'll see like a date estimate. Same sort of thing. You'll see an estimated delivery date because it's not fulfilled by Amazon Prime, where they have like more specific delivery dates. The independent third-party sellers, they'll have like a projected kind of date range. So it could come before that date range, it could come after. It really just depends because, again, third-party sellers. So this person had bought 3 lip creams for a total of $6 with free shipping, right? And I've encountered the most ridiculous people on eBay. It is ridiculous, not to sound redundant. I've had, like my husband sold a phone one time to somebody, and they tried to open a case saying that the phone looked like it had sat in the sun all day after someone ate greasy chicken wings. Who says that? Like, where are you getting these things? One time sold a purse on eBay, clearly used condition, pictured. The person who bought it later came back at me and said, "This was so used, I had to throw it in the trash. You ruined my children's Christmas. I'm a single mom, blah, 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 blah." And it's like, okay, did you not look at the pictures? Did you not read the description? Some of these people, and one time I had someone claim I sold a phone. They claimed they did not even receive it. Okay? Tracking information showed it was received. It had priority mail, all that sort of stuff. And this is where the seller protection policy comes in. Because the tracking number showed that it was delivered, they closed the case. The buyer did not get a refund, thankfully. They came through, surprisingly, because that would have been $100 that I would have been out money. Okay, so the most recent 2 times I have these other 2 items that I saw recently. And one was a lot of clothing, including some designer brands like BB and Guess, for $20 with free shipping. This person bought it for $21 actually with free shipping. Okay, so I took a loss on that because the cost of shipping that was about at least half, a little bit more than half of the cost of the item. And this doesn't include the listing fees, the seller fees, like the PayPal fees, all that, because you get fees on all that. So this person messages me 11 days after they received the item saying, this stuff smells musty, it's unraveling, and mind you, everything was clearly pictured and stated as used. But they oh, it's musty, everything was unraveling, I see threads, blah, 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 right? So, simply stated that, okay, I'll allow you to return it, but you will need to be responsible for paying the shipping fee because I don't accept returns. Well, now, apparently, eBay mandates sellers, even though you have a no return policy, to accept returns now. Now you are forced to accept returns on eBay's behalf. They force you to accept returns, which is some bullshit. And then what happened from there was they generated a label and allowed this buyer to return. And another thing is when these people open these cases, they prematurely debit the money from your PayPal account, so you are negative, right? So that money is already essentially gone. Even though they say they don't take it out until the end of the case, if it's in their favor. So this person ended up sending the items back and in a big box, and so eBay had taken that money out of my account to refund them, because previously eBay would usually refund on their behalf if the seller has the tracking information and if the buyer seemed unreasonable, it would come out of eBay would refund them. So if the buyer was unreasonable and you couldn't come to a resolution, that's what would happen. Nope. Now, not only was I out the cost of the shipping, but this buyer got the full refund. So I was out $30 and the cost of shipping it back. So for someone like me who's selling a few things here and there on the side, you end up losing money. And I am not joking. You end up losing money from selling on eBay from doing this. Because, they charge you selling fees that you get at the end of the month. You get listing fees. They take a percentage of your sale. All that. So they get to keep all of that. So when you factor that in, you are losing money. And as of today, I am through with eBay. I'm through with selling it because this most recent experience involved someone who purchased a pack of lip gloss for $6, right? And so previously, I would usually give a couple weeks before opening a case against someone, depending on what it is. If it was really time sensitive, then I would, communicate with them whenever. This was a pack of lip gloss, and I swear it's first world problems for some people. They're like, oh my God, this hasn't been, a week later, a week after they bought it, oh my God, this hasn't been sent, where is it? And then 4 days after that, or no, I think it was right a week after they paid, they opened a case, they opened a eBay case against me, and it was on me for, taking a little while to ship out. I did generate a tracking number and I paid, for like, because the case asked for like to respond to your buyer, put in your tracking information. I did that. I'd mailed out the item like last night, and like today, I noticed they closed this case in the favor of the buyer and refunded him the $6 from my account. And I had already sent them the item. I had paid the shipping on this item to send them. So now I'm not only out the $6, I am out the item and the cost of shipping. And I'm like, well, doesn't eBay have protections in place for sellers who provide the tracking number? So of course, I appealed the case because I'm like, hey, I sent the item. I know it's late. That's on me. I sent the item. I paid for it, sent it. Why did you refund me full amount? So they literally responded actually pretty quick and gave me a line of a bunch of bullshit. Here, I'll read it to you. Hello, thank you for contacting eBay about the item that you recently sold. I reviewed your email and I understand that you want to reverse the case outcome as the buyer's item was sent but still got refunded. I want you to know that I'm genuinely interested in getting the issue resolved. First, let me thank you for the time and effort you exerted in resolving this case. Your patience is truly commendable. I know how you strive to be a responsible seller based on the positive feedback that you received from your buyers, and you felt that this is unresolved. Now let me first discuss some viable options for you. Valerie, I want you to have a full grasp of how we derived this case decision. At the time, eBay had to step in and make a decision on this case, and we could not verify this item has been delivered as the tracking shows in transit. If a buyer has not received the item and we do not have proof of delivery, then a full refund is due to the buyer. Whenever the buyer says the item has never been delivered, tracking information is the only way we can prove otherwise. Yes, it's in transit, and that could be, especially right now, with everything going on with the post office, that could truly not be the seller's fault. It could get lost, whatever. They'll count that against you, and you will lose the money if they don't see that it was delivered. Previously, they would actually allow people, had you provided the tracking information and proof that it was sent, they would, if they do refund the buyer, would refund them. But now, in the times of COVID and everything going on, and people are doing this for extra money, that could have been like, the difference between someone like paying the rent, putting the food on the table. And here, eBay is like a multi-million-dollar corporation that could have easily, for them, $6 is like, chump change, pennies. But as I said, I have a full-time job. I'm just kind of just trying to get rid of stuff. But I know this, for some people, it could be making a living for them. You could be trying to make a living off, selling stuff. And that's bullshit. It's really fucked up. It's bullshit. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Okay, so due to these unprecedented times that we are facing as a society, and as we continue to battle COVID-19, sellers like you are not spared from experiencing delays on ship time from our shipping carriers. At the same time, we are seeing improvements in on-time shipments for USPS, and late deliveries have returned to pre-COVID levels. Not entirely. Due to these improvements, we stopped our seller protections for late deliveries starting on October 1st, 2020. How convenient. Timely delivery of your items is important to your buyers and critical to your success on eBay. This promotes good buying experience and gains from repeat buyers. The best way to go about this, and what we strongly recommend, is for you to work things out with your buyer, which the buyer is an asshole. Like with the way they acted and immediately opened the case after I responded to them, letting them know I'm sorry for the delay. No. And said, I don't want this item anymore. It's like, dude, you ordered a pack of lip gloss and you needed it like immediately. And like, oh my God, just because it's 2 weeks late now, oh my God, I don't want it now. Like, I cannot with some people, like really. And this isn't even the worst case I've experienced on eBay. We've seen this is good news. We've seen this before with some of our members, and we've seen success in resolving transaction issues when buyers and sellers communicate. This is not yet the end of the line. Once the buyer agrees to pay you back, since they already got the item, you can still send an invoice to the buyer through eBay or through PayPal, which used to be prohibited. You are not allowed to exchange, you can't even exchange an email address in an eBay message. They prohibited you from doing any sort of exchanges outside of eBay, even PayPal, like doing a separate PayPal transaction. I mean, there's ways people get around it, but that is essentially what they're suggesting here. Tell the buyer, hey, can you pay me back for this item that you got refunded for? Like, what the fuck? Okay, so, and it's not even worth trying to argue with this person over. Here's how invoicing works. You can send a PayPal invoice by the following steps below. Log into PayPal, select request money, collect, create an invoice, review your information, then enter the buyer's information and item details. Review the invoice and select send. Okay, yeah, I know how to send a PayPal invoice. Thank you very much. But it was not allowed on eBay, at least before it wasn't. We want to make sure that we fully equipped you to become successful in your venture with us. Here's what you can do to avoid this in the future. I strongly suggest that you extend a longer shipping time for an anticipated delay in shipping, which I've tried to do, and they only allow 5 days to turn around. In addition, please continue to communicate with your buyers to update them on the status of delivery. This may potentially avoid buyers from opening item not received cases. Some people just try and screw you over, like that one person with the phone who clearly got it. I'm confident that I've resolved your concern. This is a fucking joke, right? I've resolved your concern. How does this change anything? I'm out money, an item, and the shipping cost because of this shit. Okay. And the information I've provided has been helpful and will strengthen your trust and confidence on our site. Yeah, no, I am done with this shit. Take care and stay healthy. And I'm pretty sure that this Bell person is like a bot or I don't know, I've seen this person, I don't know, I feel like I've seen this person on eBay before, like in customer service. I'm just pissed. And there was a point in time where I was selling on eBay to make rent. There was a point in time. And I know that there are people out there who do use this as a side hustle to try and, meet living expenses. This is just not the way to go. Especially for such a small amount of money. For them, it's nothing. But for someone who's trying to make rent, pay their bills, put food on the table, this is bullshit. And I just recently started using Mercari. Their system is a little bit different. You don't get paid until the buyer receives the item, but it's much more streamlined. They generate a label for you, and then they deduct it once the buyer has received the item. They take that share, and then you have that money to use on buying whatever in their marketplace. There's also Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, Craigslist, and I'm sure there's plenty more. But this is fucking bullshit, and I'm done with eBay after this. This is just crap. I mean, this is how you treat your sellers. You are paying fees. And I've had that one buyer where they claimed an item wasn't received, and I added tracking. So you're telling me now that if there was a delay in delivery, the item still showed in transit, and you would tell me that I would be out that $100 or even more if it got lost, even though I provided tracking, because that's how seller protection worked. And now they're saying they eliminated the protection for late deliveries. That is that's fucked up. It could be stuck in transit, and you will lose that money. They will take it out of your paycheck, or not your paycheck. They will take that out of your bank account. They will not cover that. There are no seller protections now. This is crap. You can't even leave negative feedback. I mean, so what is seller protection now? What are you actually protected against? I mean, that was the whole point of selling on eBay is a streamlined experience where you can sell with confidence. Now, if something gets lost in the mail, it's going to be, they're going to be taking out the money for it. It's crap. So that is the end of my spiel for why I think eBay sucks. It's gone extremely downhill over the years. It's only gotten worse. And with so many other competitors out there, I just feel like you have so many other options. Why deal with this? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, what have your experiences been with eBay? Let me know if there's other places I should check out, maybe sell on. Like, again, I only sell like a couple items here and there, but at one point in time, like, I was like, selling it as a side hustle to pay bills. And I know other people do too. But again, it's not back in 2001. There were so many other places to sell and to buy from. Don't choose eBay. Yeah, I mean, just as a long time seller, I can't recommend it. I've only been seeing it go downhill, and it just, and I've had some weird experiences with buyers who are clearly trying to hustle you, like the phone thing, saying they didn't receive it, and then they never responded to my messages saying, hey, it shows that you received this, check your post office. Crickets. They wouldn't say anything. It was super weird. Just saying that stuff can happen. So especially when it comes to more expensive items, don't sell on eBay. There's no protection. And I'm just finding out that clearly that they ended some seller protection, and that's bullshit. So with that, I'm going to leave you at the end of this video. I know it's kind of been a rant, but I wanted to share with you my frustration in appealing that case. So yeah, alright, I'll end this video here, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I would super appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!